thank you for letting me know that my mic has been muted this whole time. IP address 219.75.78.100. Man, assign new IP. Oh my lord. So after all of that, I've had my mic muted. Absolute panic mode overload here, and wow. Oh man. So wow. Okay, so for my mime stream that I've just been doing for the last 10 minutes, trying to connect to a machine, as you saw, and literally within a matter of seconds, before I could type the word SSH crack, it reverse hacked me, and the trace, sorry, to my IP address finished, and it just initialized that failsafe. Obviously, first time it's happened, so took me by surprise. That countdown was really quick. All I heard was just beep 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 beep, beep, and it was gone. It's just like, what? Sorry, that's that caught me. That really caught me by surprise. Adrenaline just sort of went straight through me. Then I was like, oh, and then to find out that my mic was muted. Great start to the stream today, isn't it? Great start. Oh wow. So clearly we can't do anything with that. So it's definitely super secure. Let me just warn you, I'm going to click this button. It's going to bring up a connection down here. It's pretty loud. So 3, 2, 1. Wow. Okay. So I'm just going to reply back with secure. Oops. Secure AF. Contract successful. Not really. Okay, maybe it was meant to happen. I'm not sure. Wow. So that's what happens if you get a traceback. It mics your mute, or mutes your mic, and yeah, wow, that was and that's why I think it's so important that I've been trying to do all this through typing commands, because there wasn't anything really. I mean, knowing how to connect to something without it being on the map down here on the bottom right hand side. So many people might just click this to go onto it, but knowing that connect terminology that I've just used there, the command, to be able to connect to the ISP, you know, do the probe hacking that we've just done there, get the port hack done, and away we go from there. I will just put thank you to It's Koza in the stream for letting me know. Great start to the Sunday stream, huh? And we'll stick some sort of crying, laughing face there. There we go. Wow. So we won't be doing that one again. Cool, so let's disconnect from here. And let's connect back to the CSEC. On there, let's log into the contract hub. And then the password. A little bit nervous now to take on anything else. Let's go to help an aspiring writer. An aspiring writer wants us to get one of his scripts to a producer. Okay, we'll accept that. Let's go take a look. A convincing application. A writer wants to get a draft of their latest work to a producer and has had some trouble getting past secretaries and the like. He just wants us to break in and drop his work in the target scripts to a review folder so he gets to look at it. His script, FOF Screenplay doc, has been uploaded to the Crossroads. He's also provided an encrypted script that his was to compete with, that we can use to trace. This is also on the Crossroads T2 Screenplay.deck. Upload his script to the scripts folder of the target's machine. As always, remember to tab complete upload commands. Upload bin / then press the tab key to get a list of local files and uploads to autocomplete. Good luck, CSEC. Okay, so gonna grab this link here, so volume warning 3, 2, 1, and let's have a look at the contract details notes. Download that, trace the screenplay, upload FOF Screenplay doc to the target script folder. Cool, so just before we crack on, thank you for those that have come to watch the stream. Apologies for the first 7 minutes or so. Very rookie mistake, had the mic muted. I can't even speak because how embarrassed I am. And if you've just missed what's happened, we tried to get onto a server which was noted to be quite secure, or it had some sort of trace on it. I had ran one of my poor hacking commands, went to type the second one, which was a simple line of SSH crack, and then a port number, and before I could even type that, the actual trace, it was probably a 3-second trace. I couldn't delete everything and hit disconnect in time, and we got reverse tracked. And it basically said to me that it went into a total failsafe mode, whereby I had to go onto my ISP's IP address and effectively assign myself a new IP. Yeah, that was pretty scary, and all of it was pretty much in silence. But cool, let's crack on. Let's see what we can do with this then. So, an encrypted script that his was to compete with, that we can use to trace. So it looks like we've got to use the encrypted trace command that we had. What was it? That was deck head. Find the headers to find the IP address where it was uploaded to, I reckon, or at least encrypted by, and wonder whether or not that will give us details as to where we need to upload the FOF Screenplay.doc. Upload his script to the scripts folder of the target machine. Cool, okay then, so let's crack on with that. So connect to 154.72.177.218. We can log in here surely. Okay, so we've already got some details there it seems. Admin and Lauren. Okay, we're in. Let's view the file system. So it should be in the home directory, so cd home. So FOF Screenplay is what we need to download. So scp FOF Screenplay.doc, that'll go to our home folder, and we want to deck head the T2 screenplay deck, and we'll get the add note command ready to get the IP address. So it's 37.187.27.55. Okay, so we've got that note there now. I'm actually going to download that T2. Let's just go to the log directory and we'll oh, here's our new IP address, and we will remove everything from there just to keep things clear, and we will disconnect. Back to our home PC, go to the home directory, and let's what is it? Decipher. And let's decipher that T2 screenplay.deck. See if that'll work. It might ask us for a password. Yeah. Okay, so we definitely can't see what's in there. So what we shall do instead, we shall just connect to the IP address that we got, and see what we have there. So connect to 37.187.27.55. Jason's MacBook Pro. I like it. I like it. So obviously the that T2 screenplay, it was encrypted from this machine. So my thoughts are we're going to check it into the system here once we've hacked through to it, and see whether or not we can find any information which shows us where he needed to submit this script to, so we can upload the FOF screenplay to the target scripts folder. I've just noticed that I've lost my shell command at this point, so let's just get that up and running and set that trap there, and we'll close the notes for this time. So we've got Jason's PowerBook Plus, his ePhone 4S, and MacBook Pro. So let's see what we've got. Let's probe this. We've got a firewall. Okay, so we can do the firewall, that's not a problem. We've got the trap running in case somebody does actually connect to the machine rather than do the reverse trace. I'm going to be a bit more careful this time and see how quickly the countdown is happening, if this happens, which it's not, thankfully. My heart can firmly go back in its resting place and not in my throat. I think we're going to start with a D-A-N, danger is what I think this is going to be, so we will just get ready for that. Solve that and go for a port hack. We can now crack through there. Okay, so let's have a little look at what we've got in here. Scripts. Ah, possibly it's this. We've got to upload it here, have we not? CD scripts. No, so this is where this one was decrypted. Why is the word danger so good? Not just danger. Danger! All caps. It's just objectively the best word. Best zone? The danger zone. Best middle name? Danger. I wish I could use that word for everything. Such as the word get through your firewall. Danger. Okay, let's have a look in the bin. I haven't gone far enough up. There we go, now back to bin. Nothing in there. Surely it's not going to go up to this machine here. Can we scan something? No, there's nothing scanned from there. Let's open up our notes again. To download that, trace that, and upload to the target scripts folder. His script has been uploaded to the Crossroads. He also provides an encrypted script that his was to compete with that we can use to trace. This was also on the Crossroads. Upload his script to the scripts folder of the target machine. Okay, so I think we just go back to where we were. There was a scripts folder here, wasn't there? So upload home / FOF screenplay.doc. There we go. Into logs files. Remove what we've done. Disconnect. Okay, let's see if that's done it. So reply with script uploaded. Contract successful. There we go. We are ranking 9 out of 100. Not after a little blip earlier, I'd have said, but nonetheless, all good. Right, let's connect to the asset server again. 198.206.173.17. Let's log in. I haven't got any details here now. Reptile, wasn't it? So I've lost all of my things that were saved there as well. Okay, no worries, not a problem at all. Let's have a look at the contract database. That's because it was there. So Project Junebug, an incredibly delicate situation has come up requiring the involvement of a skilled anonymous outside agent willing to be responsible for some questionable actions to greatly help an individual in need. Okay. A secure file was sent to a CSEC member who has no means of decrypting it. They have the needed passwords for the job. Well, that seems too easy. Add a death row record. A family member of an executed individual has approached us looking to have a death row record added to the official listings. The sentence apparently had some shady dealing behind it. It strongly implied it was unjustly ruled, and it seems that efforts to mask it have left the record off the official listings. In their words, at the very least we'd like his last words preserved. Note, this assignment is flagged as being unusually complex, requiring manual database record manipulation. CSEC admins recommend leaving this task for Unix terminal veterans. I wouldn't say that I am a Unix terminal veteran. We will leave that one, I think. Compromising the EOS device. A request is coming to obtain some information about a target that the client believes is being stored on an EOS device. Okay. We've got the EOS hack. I'm going to go for this. No, I'm not going to go for that one. I'm going to go for the decrypt the secure transmission. I think it's going to be a lot more difficult than it actually says it is, because it's not as simple as running the decrypt on that with a password that we've been given and jobs done. It seems a little bit too easy, if you ask me, but we'll go for it anyway. Let's have a little look. 2 ships in the night. Hey, a friend sent over some details of a job we're on, but threw it under encryption, and I just don't have the means of getting it open. It's up on the Crossroads as c_exe_contact.dec. Can you decrypt it and upload it to the drop server? The password should be Quinog. Thanks, CSEC Dan. Okay, maybe it is as simple as it says it is. Download, upload it to the CSEC drop server. Okay, well, let's give that a go. We've got the Crossroads server already, and we've got the drop server, which there's the drop server there. IP address is all fine. So let's go to I'm still very dubious about this. It just seems a little bit too easy rather from than what it should be. And after having just been totally kiboshed on the last one before last, little bit nervous, should we say? So C underscore right. So if we go to the decrypt, can I not do decrypt? Decipher, that's why I can't do it. C underscore exe contract. Right. Oh, he gave us the. Didn't put the password today. I think it was Quinoc, was it? Let's try again. If not, I have to go back into. Oh, there we go. All good. So we'll just let that finish decoding. Cool. I'm going to be nosy. The contact user Gmail account under D-Lock. I know we've been after this for a long time, but don't get hasty just because this is a solid lead. We take it slow. More updates when I've got a plan for it. Okay, so when it said 2 boats, it's going to ask us to find out what this is, and we're going to have to do the next bit as well, aren't we, I reckon. Right, so we need to copy the text document to our home folder. We'll remove it from here, just because it's not needed there. Go to the log files and we'll remove everything we've done and disconnect. So we need to go to the drop server, so connect to 110.92.183.93 and then upload home/c underscore. There we go, transfer complete. Let's go to the come back to the log directory, remove what we've done, disconnect, and go back to our mail. So just want to see if my lamp is flickering. Yeah, it definitely is. Bear with me a second. Not going very well at all today, is it? Sorry, guys. Cool. Let's reply to that to say file. Oops. File uploaded, and send that. Are we going to get a reply back? No. So current ranking is 1 out of 100. Now last time we done this, we got an extra asset contract available. So let's see. We got that other one beforehand, didn't we? Whereby it said that we needed to find it, and it was just called under CSEC. It's definitely still not there, is it? Let's have a look, see if we can find it by going in there manually. Contracts and listings. So that's the 4 that are there, isn't it? Okay. Don't think there's anything in these folders here. Shopping list, data. No. Okay. Okay. Let's going to see if I can find that email and just see what it said. I flagged your account with permission to accept a critical contract. This is listed as CSEC on the listings page. So there's definitely not anything called CSEC on that listings page here, is there? So contract listing, nothing there. Is it just from CSEC? Back. So there's definitely nothing there that says CSEC. A little bit confused. Can't be back on here, surely. This is the entropy one from before. No, so this is the trials, but the user's ID is assigned to a different faction, so we can't do this anymore. We'll just crack on with another one of these then. Let's go to the compromised EOS device. Jailbreak. This will be kept curt. A client has requested that we search the computer and devices of a given target for what they are calling a registration ID. They believe it will be stored on an EOS device synced to the target's home computer. Link attached. Once you have this ID, respond here with it and we'll handle the rest. Good luck, CSEC. So we're going to somebody called Sal's workstation. I didn't mean to do that with the notes. I meant to close that there. So, scan EOS devices on the target computer, investigate devices for reference to a registration ID, reply to CSEC with said ID attached. Okay, I'm going to give you a sound warning in 3, 2, 1. Cool. So, let's connect to 112.150.209.198. And let's give this a probe. Are we going to have a proxy? No proxy. All of these need to be done. So let's do this as an FTP bounce 22. Let's see how quickly we might get. No. FTP bounce 21. Try again. There we go. Right. So this time it's not running as quickly as the last one almost did. It's running fairly quickly though, but we just need to get onto here and do a scan on the machine. I don't think I can do both. Oh, I can do both of those. So we'll get the port hack ready. And we've got the overload if needed. So come on web server. Get you finished. Port hack. And let's get the scan, because that's all we're going to really need to do. EOS device scan is what I meant to do. Whilst we're here, let's have a look in the home, have a look in the docs. Lab nightmare.txt. Don't know. Oh, we don't need to see that, do we? So let's go to the log file, let's remove everything, and let's disconnect. Disconnect. Somehow I hit full stop. But never mind, we found from the EOS device hack Eleanor Helrand's ePhone 4S. So let's connect to that, shall we? 72.173.207.14, and we're onto this system here. Interestingly, it says open ports required for hack 3. We don't have 3 ports open here. That's interesting. And we can't do anything until we have probed it. Interesting. I'm not sure, unless this is the device ID here. Let's add a note. Don't worry, I'll type all that out, do I? Let's go for this long here that kind of looks like a MAC address, but not really. Let's have it a 0, won't it? FB 4BEC 878D 22BDB2EA84C4. Right. It seems pointless trying to crack anything because we haven't got anything there. Let's try taking those X and Y. I think that's just the location I would have said, but 8685615. Let's close the notes down as well. Investigate devices. Well, okay, I'll tell you what. We've only got an EOS device scan. We haven't got anything else, so we don't know how to crack that yet. What happens if we do an SSH crack on 22? Does it open up another port? No. Okay. Frustratingly, no, we can't do anything with the log files either. And we can't scan. Was there something else on Sal's home workstation that we missed, I wonder? So we're back on here, where is the administrator, thankfully. Nothing in there. I just went into sys, so I went to go to bin there. So Anastasia. No, did they come in? Okay, I am a little bit. Hasn't found anything else, is it? So a little bit stumped. What we'll try and do is we will take that back, that address that we had, and see if that's anything that we need. A given target for what they're calling a registration ID. No, I don't think it's. we can't get to it, can we? So what are we going to type in here? Should we go for the Wow, so I am absolutely struggling today. Let's go back to our home PC and let's have a look at what we have in the bin directory. So we only have that EOS device scan. What was the sequencer? We don't know what that sequencer is yet, do we? Unneeded the previous yeah, so quick shout out to everyone that's been watching, that's been jumping on. It's been a pretty slow, it was a very exciting and crazy start despite being on mute for the first sort of 6-7 minutes. We've done a few simple-ish kind of tasks, and now I'm a little bit stumped at this time with where we're at the moment. But thank you for coming, and really do appreciate you guys spending your time coming to have a little watch to see what's going on. Search the computer and devices of a given target for what they are calling a registration ID. They believe it will be stored on an EOS device synced to the target's home computer. Once you have this ID, respond here with it and we'll handle the rest. Let's go back to that person's workstation. Lab nightmare. Don't see attacking the host, just sitting idle. Don't know how many months I can spend on this project. Rome was built in a day, gods have turned their power. I don't remember the last time I slept in my bed at home. Yeah, I know, your snoring echoes through the whole lab. I guess we take the latest sample and try to spin the journey to a new path. Alright, when I get lunch together, it depends on whether or not it feels that sorry is excuse for the Salisbury steak. So what did you go to this weekend? Not much. Jerry was out of town again. So I guess that means you weren't at home. Well, I might have ended up at Reese's house. Jane, this is getting a little out of hand. Jerry's always away from work. When he does come home, he's dead tired from all the travelling. I'm going to start calling anesthesia, so there's nothing at all, is it? Okay, we'll remove those. We've done the scan, nothing else will show up now. Let's do the EOS device scan again. Let's see if we can find anything else. Just the same iPhone, isn't it? Just the same iPhone. Where did that iPhone go? If not, we have to rerun that just to get the iPhone. Oh, sorry, ePhone. There we go. So let's connect to that again. There's no way we're going to have any idea what that password is, are we? Let's cancel that. No, totally stumped at this one. It's not going to be Eleanor Hellerans as the actual let's just give that a go. What have we got? So we've got Eleanor Helleran. No, it's not what we need to do. I don't really want to have to put all of that in, because that's just the idea, isn't it, of the actual phone itself. So what we can do, if we'll try this, I don't think, no, okay, so I don't think we can continue with that one at this time. I don't think we've got the right tools to do what we need to do. We need that EOS hack breaking. We don't have that at this time, so let's connect back to CSEC and let's grab another mission that's there. Let's log in. Oops. Just click that to go in this time. It does say abort current contract. This cannot be reversed. Okay, let's hit back on that. Protect June bug. Abort current contract to accept new ones. I don't want to be in a position whereby I can't go back to it like it's just told me, but I'm absolutely stumped as what we can do with that. We can't get past it. I think we're going to have to abort it. Contract abandoned. Give agent your contract, such no longer eligible to complete it. You're now free to accept further contracts from the contract database. Yeah, just had absolutely no idea what we could have done there. Didn't have enough tools to get through it. Couldn't go through it to find anything. There's nothing else on the PC that we jumped into, and couldn't crack through the password for the phone. So yeah, be interesting to know how that one was actually solved. But let's crack on with another contract. So we've got the one that says that it's very difficult because it'll take a long time. Add the death row records, which says it's flagged as being unusually complex, requiring manual database manipulation, and CSEC admins recommend leaving this task for Unix terminal veterans. I don't know how we'd add a record at this time, unless we had the record already. And the Kagaya? I can't pronounce that. In incredibly delicate situations cannot require the involvement of a skilled anonymous outside agent willing to be responsible for some questionable actions to greatly help an individual in need. Let's go for this one. I'm not sure I like the idea of questionable actions. And we've now got different music. Hacker, this isn't a normal request and we're not going to treat it as such. We've been asked to perform a euthanization. Obviously, we sent out a few others to dig up data on it, and a few from outside groups so as to not raise suspicion some time ago. And largely speaking, it's all come back all clear. It seems the man in question, one Elliot Witt, is hospitalised in considerable pain, and against his wishes he has been denied the option of death. A failed attempt by his family earlier has prevented them from performing subsequent efforts until a member proposed this option. It seems the pacemaker he is fitted with allows remote access, and with proper authorization, and they believe this may be an avenue to fulfill his request. Naturally, given the nature of this request, we can accept that you may not want to be involved. Reply with "deny" in your response and we will remove you from the project. If you do decide to help us with this matter, you should know that it will be likely to take some amount of investigation and testing, given that as far as we know, this has never been before attempted. We recommend starting with a target's medical record, identifying the chip, looking for its manufacturers and going from there. Okay. That's definitely a little bit of a strange request. Okay, I don't think there's much other tasks we can do at this time, so I think we'll give this one a crack. I'm just going to click the link here. It is going to make a bit of a loud noise, so I'll give you a warning. So I'm going to click it in 3, 2, 1, and let's have a little look at the project details. So it's just simple Elliot, wit, and euthanization. Okay, so probe, don't do probe. Let's do a connection to that medical practice there. Before we go ahead on this, just want to say welcome to everybody that's viewing. Thank you for joining me on your Sunday evening. I hope that it's going to not bore you, and it's going to hopefully interest you. And if you don't know what this game is, it's called Hacknet, and it's basically simulated hacking game that I got free from my Twitch Prime. If you want to say hello in the chat, then please do. If you come through my social media and saw that I was streaming, drop me a message, just let me know that you were there. It's always good to see you came by, much appreciated. And yeah, we'll crack on with this mission. So let's probe the records and monitoring. So we've got a lot that we need to do here, and we also have a proxy, so we're going to need a couple of connections to other machines before we go any further. So let's get a couple of these on the way, and we'll run some shell commands. Go to the logs, remove what we've just done. CD. Okay, so when we had to reset my IP, I think everything broke. Let's crack through this again. Let's get those cracked on there, see what we're doing. Get the port hack ready. God, this one does take some time, doesn't it? There we go. Port hack. Right, so let's go to the log files. Oh, there's a shell overload done here, look, as we can see from this IP, which is the bit drop server. Anyway, let's remove all those logs and let's disconnect. I wonder if the same is going to happen now with P. Anderson that we generally use. 104.97.53.77. Yeah, so we've lost everything here, it seems. Let's do this SSH crack. There we go. Right, there we go. Run the shell command and go to the log directory, remove everything that we've just done and disconnect. So I'm just going to use the 2 here, although did I not run a shell from point clicker? Obviously not. Let's remove the logs and disconnect. Cool, so I've got a couple there. We need to remember where the where did we come from? Let's go back here to our email. 208. So connect
208.93.170.15, and what we'll do is we'll close the notes for the time being. I think as soon as we do anything here, let's get the file, sorry, it's analyze, isn't it? And let's overload as well. So the proxy is now on its way. Let's see if we can figure out what this is. I think it's going to be MEDIC medicate. So let's just try that, medicate. There we go. If you wondered how I found that, it's generally the capital letters. So as soon as I started seeing those come through, that's what I went with. FTP bounce, SNTP overflow 25, line that up, ready. Come on, give me some more RAM. Nope, still not enough, there we go. And we want the SQL server, the mem corrupt on 1433. Ready with a port hack, oops, prot hack. Let's try again, port hack. As soon as that goes green, there we go, port hack. Cool. So the first thing we need to do, as it mentioned, is actually investigate some things here. So structuring medical records to improve record quality, and to open the door to data analysis are two more realistic goals. Of the many significant barriers to computerized medical records, the most serious is the lack of the agreement in the medical community regarding what should go into a medical record. Even small steps in that area should bring major improvements in the available medical record software. Choosing a database for medical records requires familiarity with the database principles and a detailed understanding of data needs. The safe choice is an SQL-based relational database, but a smaller system will suffice if the present and the future medical records challenges are small enough. The rate of change in the computer world is increasing all the time. Okay, so that's not any help at this point, but let's have a look from a directory side of things. Let's start with home before we go too deep. So I think we've just read that medical database. Yep, so that's exactly what we've just read. So let's go up. Whilst we're here, we'll remove everything we just did. Nothing in the bin and nothing in the sys. There's space at the beginning there. Change directory to sys. Yeah, nothing there. So let's take a look down the medical route. Ooh, okay, and let's bring up our notes again. Elliot Witt. No, it looks like it's backwards, so it's say backwards. Surname first. So let's go for Witt. Okay, so notes. Due to recurring and critical arithmetic problems in the patient's heart, they have been fitted with a pacemaker that can allow some fine-tuning to account for unknown variables without invasive surgery. References: pacemaker connection ID is there, and documentation and notes is at that IP address. Before taking any action that might disrupt the pacemaker or performing any invasive surgery, contact the manufacturers to confirm its stability. Okay, that's a little bit worrying. So the pacemaker IP 202.6.141.219 and the documentation IP is 66.96.147.84. So let's go back to the log file, because because that'll show that we've read that. Let's remove that and disconnect from. Before we do that, let's do a scan. No, nothing found there. Let's disconnect. Okay, so let's connect to the documentation first. 96.1%.84. Oh, okay, so we've got remote tools and things such as that. So using this server, this reference server uses Kellis's proprietary reference context technology and will only display content that relates to your registered products. The address you use to access this server is important as it likely reflects your account details on our system. Don't use it, lose it rather. Okay. So Kellis Biotech is an internationally recognised full-service original equipment manufacturer (OEM), specialising in medical and cosmetic devices from design to large-scale production. Kellis is industry-leading in the creation of medical-grade hardware, specialising in embedded micro devices and operating equipment. Our standards are matched by our approach, which only accepts absolute reliability and stability, because when it comes to health, we refuse to compromise on quality. Okay, let's probe the system. We've got a firewall, and I think this will probably be checking to see if anyone's going to hack into it, considering what the server's about. Nonetheless, let's crack on. So we don't need these. It's got a firewall, so we can get rid of these. And we've got a crack all 4. So let's start from the top. Web server, web. Here we go. Let's see if we're going to get anybody checking us out. Yeah, there we go. And I've double checked how quickly this one's running this time. So we've got to be quick. FTP server, bounce 21. Analyze again. Search crack on the go. Port 22. Analyze. I'm going to do it again. SMTP is what I'm trying to do. Come on, Aaron. It looks like we might need to get off this one because it might come back a bit quicker than we thought. Yeah, I'm going to jump off. I've messed that one up well and truly, I think. BIOGEL. Biogel is to get off the firewall. Let's connect back up to it. 96.147. I should have probably stayed on there until we got past that. Is everything still on there? Okay, so what we might actually be able to do, so it was biogel, wasn't it? So this port hack might set it off again. Yeah. So once that's done, I'm going to disconnect and reconnect because we should now be in. There we go. So let's go to the log directory and remove all of that. Let's go to the home. Is there anything in here? Keyboard. Okay, a lot of random stuff there. Nothing in the bin, nothing necessary in this. So let's have a look in the message board. Config caution, what's that? That'll probably be to say don't touch this. Okay, so that's just telling us don't change that, if not everything's going to break. Let's have a little look in the listing, shall we? So, pacemaker remote tools. This post details the remote monitoring and update functionality from the V244 pacemaker. For general operations, consult the hard copy documentation or request another copy from support@kellisbio.com. So the pacemaker is designed for patients that are considered a high risk or need constant monitoring, but are unable to remain in a hospital. Pacemaker can be connected remotely, providing the observer with real-time ECG data and some small clerical update tools. Given the sensitive nature of the system, requiring 100% uptime, the system is hard-locked only to accept binary update packages signed by the build server of the chip's assigned software designer. Okay, so we're going to have to remember that. It can only accept update packages signed by the build server of the chip's assigned software designer. Updates are generally only provided on a case-specific basis, in which the patient may need slightly different settings to account for natural changes in cardiac rhythm in response to age or operation. Updating system makes these changes possible without the need for further intrusive operation. Although prior versions of the chip included source and manual updating settings, these have been removed for security concerns, and with this current version only allows pacemaker behaviour changes to be made via firmware patch, which can be done wirelessly to remove the need for surgery. If your case requires such an update, contact your assigned biotech representative for assistance and budgeting. Okay, so if it's an old one, it looks like it will take updates from that are signed from the build server of the chip's assigned software designer. If it's a newer version, they will have the manually updating chipset availability removed. Okay, let's read the security and clearances then. So, clearance security to perform a firmware update once assigned binary has been retrieved as software requires several steps. First, connect to the pacemaker chip using the patient's reference IP address. Log in as administrator using the details that will have been assigned on a per case basis by the client. This step is protected using Kellis's proprietary micro port protection system, port 6652. At this stage, remote monitoring will be enabled, allowing the user to view live ECG data. To perform the firmware update, a secondary software login must be performed using an authorized software manufacturer authentication code. With both details confirmed, an update can be uploaded and activated on the chip, which will automatically soft reset and activate the new code. Okay, so that looks tricky. I'm going to take all of these that's in this directory so I can reread these from my PC. The firmware for the V244 chip was written by this gentleman. Software guy just going to try to handle through the central server located. So we've got an IP address there. So this is the Eidolon Soft IP 111.105.22.1. As only builds synced, signed by their internal services, using our key will run on the chips. No other company can produce working code for the chips without having them compile it. Issues with the remote monitor software and interface with external access to the chip should be directed at them. Their contact email for such requests and queries is support at eidolonsoft.com. Okay, let's add that note and close notes whilst we're here. Public nothing enclosed. So we've got another IP address there. We'll try connecting to that. I'll bring the notes up. 111.105.22.1, and let's probe the system. So this is the software production server. I have a feeling this is going to be at least tracking us. So let's close this and let's get some of these going. So web server where I'm on 80. There we go. SSH crack on 22. So I'm looking at the trace here. It's a bit quicker. SMTP overflow on 25. And FTP bounce on 21. Don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. Oh no, there we go, there's enough RAM left. Bam, bam. Let's line the port hack up. This FTP bounce does take a long time, doesn't it? Come on, there we go. Let's crack in. So let's have a look in the home directory, click through just to see if there's anything there. Speech notes, no, don't need that. Invalid characters, that's going to be useful, so we know that they are invalid characters. Let's come out of here, let's go straight into the project. Let's go into the log first, remove everything we've done so far. Go into projects, Kellis BT, pacemaker, so we've got some firmwares there. What's in the tests? Let's grab all of these. I feel like we can have a little read of those in our own time. Let's grab all of those. Let's have a quick poke in here. Don't think we need these really, do we? No, that's fine, we'll leave those. Let's go to internal. That's going to be useful. Okay, so we don't need to know that. Oops. Go to the logs, let's remove everything. Let's do a quick scan whilst we're here. Scan complete, nothing there. And let's disconnect. Okay, so we've got some interesting files there. So we've got the Eidolon security notes. So let's jump onto the machine. Our home PC here. Right, so we read that, didn't we? That was fine. Test guide. As part of our test cycle, before running the unit test suite on a chip, a cycle check needs to be performed. Hook it up to the test station and run the cycler as its firmware first. This just cycles through all valid outputs and times itself to check that it's hitting the timings correctly. More of a hardware test than anything on our end, but its outputs will pick up certain errors on it. After it'll run, it'll dump its data onto the station, and you can go ahead and flash it and patch your new test version. Caution: current signed testing firmware named pacemaker firmware cycle test DLL. Do not upload it to any deploy ready devices. Obviously the test cycle firmware is signed and encoded, so it'll actually run on the chips, which means be careful with distributing builds so you don't include it on one of your output folders. Do not upload it to any deploy ready devices. So does that mean we have to upload the pacemaker firmware cycle test to the chip, I wonder? Okay, well let's keep that in mind. We've got the pacemaker firmware cycle there, which is great. What's this KBTPM? Test suite, no idea. We've got the DLL there, we've got all the different firmware. Let's have a look at that security notes. In recent meetings, our support teams need wildcard access to our systems to perform effective maintenance updates when called out to the field. To achieve this, we're introducing a new e-admin on all of our new products. This account will be set up with the full privileges and testing functions enabled and will be constant across our range and versions. What this means is for support teams that will have an easy means of gaining access to debug and admin functionality and test products in the field. And for our deployment managers, you'll need to remember to add this account to the setup scripts of all outgoing products. So it looks like we've got now credentials to log into the chip. So let's add a note here. So the username is eadmin. The password, come on, hit the W key, is 10s86. We don't need that anymore, we don't need that anymore, but we do need these. We're going to get rid of the drop server, and we're going to get rid of the Microsoft. I think I've kept that long enough, no need there. So, reading that then, it's sounds like we need to upload the pacemaker firmware cycle test DLL to the pacemaker of Elliot Witt. Okay, so we've got some other firmware. I was just looking at the firmwares that we have there. So let's connect to it. 202.6.141.219. So we can view them on I can't even view them on a admin login. So eadmin, capital A, password TNS86. Did I type that in wrong? Eadmin TENS86. Okay. Let's probe it. We haven't got the medical services crack there, have we? Okay. Let's go back to our PC. So the security login as an administrator using details that will have been assigned on per case basis by the client. This step is protected using Kelly's proprietary microport protection system. So we haven't got enough information at this point. Whilst being as confused as I am, it's a great opportunity to say thank you again for coming to the stream. Really appreciate you guys coming. Been a bit of a funny one, especially from a mute start. So if you're great at lip reading, then I'm sure you'll be able to see exactly what I was saying when my mic was muted. Thank you to the people that have been coming in and out whilst the stream's been on. Really appreciate that as well. And please do feel free to drop a message in the chat, drop me a message on my social media, or leave a suggestion in the tab at the bottom. Thank you very much. Okay. So we still haven't got any details on how we can get through. We did pick up the remote tools. I don't know if that actually had any. So we've got to figure out how we crack through this. So we don't know what these passwords are, but I would have thought what we found would have been what we needed. Yeah, that's not going to help. I wonder whether or not then this is an older one. What I might do is go back onto what was this one? So that's the monitor there. Let's see what we can find back on this machine. There must be something else here. I'm just clicking through to make this a bit quicker. So we've seen those, and there's nothing there. So no, there's nothing more I think we can do on this one. So, oops. Disconnect. Right, where did we get to no, that was my ISP one. Deck Solutions. Universal Method. Let's have another look again. What was the patient's name? So, Elliot Witt. So there's the pacemaker connection ID. So when we connected earlier to that other one, Kellis Biotech, that was the documentation and notes. Before taking any action that might disrupt the pacemaker or performing any invasive surgery, contact the manufacturer to confirm its stability. Email this record. Don't need to email that, do we? Who would we email that to anyway? Info, we don't need that, do we? Let's go level, this level here. That's exactly what we just read. Yeah, so we don't need all these are all just different people, aren't they? So there's nothing of any interest there. Yeah, okay, so another one where I feel like I'm a little bit stuck here. It says to go here, doesn't it? We had that IP address of somewhere else, didn't we? And I've removed it from my notes. Although I should still have a connection to it here. Server here. Let's just remove that from here before we go. So what have we got? Let's try again, shall we? Speech notes, Facebook integration synergy, overclock on the CPU, quality driven, map to the future. So, nothing there. So do we even know KBT? So it's Kellis BT. So let's have a look. Tests. I wonder what that is. That's the pacemaker firm, and this is the test. Hook it up to the test station and run cycler as its firmware first. So can we run that then? So what happens if we simply just do we need to run the test suite to if we run it now, what happens? I don't think this is going to do anything because I can't tab it. I'm sure that there probably should have worked. Oh, hello. Synergistic cloud glass ceiling breaker app. I wonder if I can download that. Not sure what that's going to do. These are all just DLLs, weren't they? So I have a feeling that password should have worked. We probably need to just upload that pacemaker's firmware cycle test to the pacemaker and we should have been away. That appears not to be the case now because that password was not working. catalystdriver.config. I'm not sure if I took that, so this is definitely a more intricate assignment that we're doing. Apologies if this is a bit sort of slow going at this point. I mean, the last couple of ones that we've been doing before, they've been nice and quick. We've been able to do something, get in, get out, get what we need done, job done, mission complete. This one's definitely a lot trickier. And therefore I feel it might be a little less entertaining. If it is the case, then I am sorry, I do apologise. If you've got any ideas, anybody that's watching at the moment, please feel free, drop a message in there. Because I'm a little bit stuck. So we've definitely got that pacemaker firmware cycle test DLL. Do not upload it to any deploy or any devices. Hook it up to the test station and run the cycler as its firmware first. Okay, so let's have a look to see what we've got. Been removed for security concerns. A firmware patch, which can be done wirelessly to remove the need for surgery. So did we get? So we've got the firmware. Surely we can't just do an upload. B-type pacemaker V2.44. I'm gonna go for this again, so eAdmin 1086, unless I got that wrong. Definitely doesn't like that at all, does it? We haven't got any medical service port cracking. So it's definitely a 2.44 and it's registered 10H11. Using details that would have been assigned on a per case basis by the client. So perhaps that we've got the firmware login. Maybe that's what this is here for. But we haven't got details that would have been assigned on a per case basis by the client. So we can't see the port 66252. Let's have a look. So recommend starting with the Tiger's medical record, identifying the chip, looking for its manufacturers. Going from there. Do we have? Did we run a scan on here? There we go. So we've now found an asset server. That's gonna give us something now, I reckon. Perhaps something that we can use to interrogate the chip. Okay, right, this one is most likely going to be waiting for something to happen to it. So let's go with the web server worm and let's get ready for how quickly the countdown happens. We're okay there. Okay. Let's get the analyze running. BI. Can't see what this is. Biogel. We want the FTP bounce on port 21 and SMTP overflow on 25. Not enough. Solve Biogel, was it? Let's try it again. Get this MTP overflow running. I think we might be getting somewhere now. Get rid of the port hack. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. And we are in, right. Let's have a look at production. Oh, okay, so catalyst driver port test.exe. Let's grab all of that. We want that catalyst blast. Yeah. Let's have a look in the whoops. Have a look in the bin. Nothing in there. Look at assist. Nothing in there. Go into the log files. Remove everything we've done. Disconnect. Okay, so now we've got another application which I think we can get through to the chip that we've been trying to get to. Right, let's have a look what we downloaded. So, README port tester. It's a utility made for testing and stressing the careless medical standard port 104. This tool can be deployed with a hardware package. On request to test the device under scrutiny, it is designed to flood the port with traffic, including that of outside sources, some of which the program pulls in itself. So obviously this should not be used on live devices, as though they are tested by careless locally, applying unnecessary stress on components and code, which this program is deliberately designed to do, is not responsible behaviour. Take care in the distribution of this program. Local copies sent out are versioned and tracked on deployment along with this document. Okay. Can we read the Kelis media pack? No, that is just a... And we've got the Catalyst driver. So, we know that if we put this cycle test on, that we should do on live devices, and if we go back to our bin directory, we now have a KBT port test. So, let's see what happens now if we connect up. I'm going to remove my logs on here, just to keep everything clean. And where were we on this person's? Here, so connecting on 202.6.141.219. Probe. I can't remember what that was called now. Oops, did not mean to close the CD tray. I forgot what it was. KBT. KBT. So if we now do KBT port test, no port number 104. Okay, so this is new. Not sure what this does. It's just a port tester. Is it going to do anything? Looks like we're... Okay, we're in. Okay, so that took a long time, didn't that KBT port test? Now we're in. Now I think we have to log in. Or we're already in now, are we? Okay. Let's remove the logs from that. Nothing in the bin, nothing in the sys. So let's have a look in the KB pacemaker. Let's look in the README. All files in this folder will be detected by the pacemaker software and can be nominated in the UI as a firmware patch if it detects that the file is correctly signed. If you wish to remotely patch this chip, upload a file to this folder using the upload. Okay. So that's the active firmware. And just going back into that README, we need to go back one, don't we? All files in this folder can be nominated in the UI as a firmware patch. Okay, so if you wish to remotely patch the chip, upload a file to this folder. So if we use upload, home, what have we got? Pacemaker firmware cycle test. Okay. Oh man, that's harsh. I hate feeling this. Firmware? Okay, so it's a login first. So we've got these details. So this is the oh man, this beeping, man. This is this is not good at all. I don't like this at all. So if we click this, let's see what this does, shall we? I have a feeling we're going to flatline here. Maybe this isn't doing. Firmware update. Okay. So that's getting dangerous. Let's exit then. So I think that's now done. The music's definitely stopped. Done. So, yeah, okay, so not the nicest, and obviously I stumped myself quite a bit there because I forgot again to use the scan feature, which I keep forgetting to do. I need to get into the habit of doing it as soon as I get through successfully. I need to hit scan. Because then it stops things like that getting absolutely stumped happening. We'll just have a quick read of this, just to see what this is ready for the next stream. Hey, so this is a bit unorthodox, but I pulled some strings. You'll be the one that did the bit contract before, looking for what happened there. I'm after some more information, and I wanted to get the same person. I want the same person on it. If you're getting this, it means you've just finished your assigned contract, so we're good to go. To be frank, the term pulling strings with CSEC isn't something you really use lightly, and in this case it's even more so. You've got results fast, and I want you on this case too. More collaboratively at this time, if I sound confident you'll want to join in here, I've got a good reason for it. There's a very substantial incentive waiting for you on the CSEC asset server. Look for bin tk tracekill.deck. Decrypt it with password. Get a copy and reply back to me. As always, the admins are paranoid about their security, so it'll be anonymously routed back through their system to me, whatever. Just reply here when you're ready and I'll let you know what's next. Trace kill. I wonder if that means that we could have gone to that server before that tried to... that killed the trace. Anyway, I'm not going to do that now. I'm going to add a note. Let's get rid of that, sorry. Add note. Read email from V. I'll just put in next stream. Read email from V. Okay, so let's just clean up any logs that we had here. And that's where we're going to call it a night. Well, it's been a bit of a up and down stream, I think is a way that I'll explain this one or describe this. 6 minutes of mute streaming. Not my finest work, but thank you for the note in the chat to let me know I'd done that. Much appreciated. We got traced back. First time that's happened, and had to change the IP address. So that was quite scary, quite frankly. Yeah, adrenaline was definitely pumping through when that happened. We failed one of the tasks as well. It just couldn't seem to get in anywhere at all. It told me 3 ports to hack through and it only showed 2. Couldn't get an ID or anything at that point, so really stumped on that one. Had to cancel that. And then we've just finished hacking into Kellis Media, so a pacemaker, and performing a task that was asked, which we did have the opportunity to decline. However, I felt that there was nothing more I could do with regards to trying to crack through any of the other ones. So we went through and completed it. So yeah, a lot longer stream than I wanted it to be. I didn't want to finish in the middle of something though, because it's always a bit more difficult to pick up from if you've been struggling for the last 50 minutes or so, as I had been, it seems. And maybe a fresh view at it the day after or so might have helped. But the take away from this stream is check that the headset is not on mute. Make sure I scan after every machine that I log on to make sure there's no other secondary machine that we can then connect to, as this was the case. It was why I was stumped for so long, so I didn't go to the asset server from the medical database and pick up the tool. Keep an eye on how quick the trace back to the IP address is happening. As I say, that server was insanely fast. It's never come up anything that quick before. Yeah, and let's just get ready for the next stream. I think the next stream will probably be on Tuesday. It will be a D&D stream, as I mentioned in my previous my previous stream from yesterday. It's me and a couple of friends that we get together usually weekly. We're pretty new to D&D, but we're quite far at the moment into the Curse of Strahd is what it's called. So if you are a D&D player, or if you have indeed played Curse of Strahd, please come along, have a look. Hope you enjoy it. I hope you've had a great weekend. Sorry to let you know that most of us have got work in the morning. I for one will be going to the gym, so I'll be leaving the house at 6 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, could be worse. But thank you for watching the stream, anyone and everyone that's came along. Please do drop a message if you're watching offline or have watched offline, and you've come this far. 1 hour 52, it's been a long stream, so thank you for that. And yeah, if not, I will catch you on the next stream. Have a great rest of the evening and see you soon. Cheers, bye bye.